Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever video recorded episode of Help Action Needed, a D&D podcast. My name is Sean, as always, and tonight we have not only our standard players with their faces being seen, but also our special guest, Taylor, who's in that corner. So thank you so much, Taylor, for joining us. We're going to let the cast go around and introduce themselves, and then we'll get on our way with our little holiday special. So, Julie, how about you go first?
Hi, I'm Julie and I play Frog.
And then Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, and I'll be playing Ivy.
Nice. And Dan.
I'm Dan Johnson, and I play Cass.
And I am Kate, and I play Nori.
Wonderful. So, for those of you who are caught up on the show, thanks. For those of you who aren't, there is no need to be aware of any of the characters or the lore or any of the episodes prior to this. This is an entirely for fun, semi-canon one-shot in that the things that happen tonight do take place in Solana and take place within the world. The characters are all the same. But it kind of takes place out of time, and also the effects of it aren't really gonna be that important. Maybe they'll be referenced. So for those of you that are not caught up on our podcast version, no worries there. For those of you that are, thanks for being here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So Frog, Cass, and Nori, you have all received an invitation from Dion and Julian, who, for anyone that may not know, are the princes who are engaged to be married and then will soon become the co-heirs to the throne. Dion is the noble-born prince who is in charge, and Julian is his soon-to-be husband, a bard who is just cool. Everyone likes Julian. And they have invited you up to visit Frostier, Julian's aunt, Shiva Frostier, who is the head of the Boreal Lands, and Dion's aunt on his father's side. So she is the sister to the king. And she hosts a little winter party every year. And for kind of being the only friends that the princes have in their lives, but also because you all have helped them out a lot, you have received an invitation as well to the Winter Festival this year. And you ended up there. We're not going to talk about the effort it took to get there. We're going to magic it. You did it magically. Hooray! You've arrived. And you arrive way up north into Frost Keep, which is the head town of the Boreal Lands. It's not so much a keep as it is just like a bustling city that has continued to always be built out. And this is where we're going to have our adventure and where you find yourselves. The area that you're all in is a very dry snow, the kind that when you walk on it, it doesn't make your shoes and your things all wet, but it's very compactable and very easy to get through. That seems to always be going on and persistent in the area. But it also has just a lot of children running around, a lot of people. This is a very lively part. You all know that the Boreal Lands never really got involved in the wars or anything other than through Wyndham getting crowned king because of his peace treaties. So most of the people up here have either grown up without any bit of the war to them or only hearing stories as they've not been engaged. You'd also know that there are a lot of people up here that still kind of follow the old gods because they never really sided with the church. Something that Nori, you might be a little excited about. But you see most of this place built out of very nice stone and ice, just large block carvings of ice. And this is where we're going to start our session. The three of you would walk into a room, and there would be two familiar figures in there, as Dion and Julian are both inside, talking to a woman that looks remarkably similar to Dion. Has to be his aunt. Would be the weirdest thing in the world if it was anyone else. And another character who is talking with Shirva. Taylor, would you like to introduce Ivy today?
Yeah. Ivy is I'm going to pronounce her Eldrin.
Eladrin. I'm not entirely. I've heard so many people say it differently because it's one of those things that someone wrote it down and then a bunch of nerds fight about how it's said. Yeah. Up to you.
Eldrin. She is wearing all white fur type of outfit, dress. She has a fur hat on with little tassels at the end. Our eyes are icy blue. She has ebony skin. Her hair is very afro out, like curls wavy down. She sits up straight, almost like a leader type of position and stuff. Yeah,
Very
that is
nice.
Ivy.
Yeah, and what do you think you'd be talking about with the? She's not like in charge around here because this is very much like Ivy's city. It's like where Ivy is like the head leader, but she is the like second or third in line to the throne currently, and just kind of like has a vacation home here. She's the one that sponsors the entire festival. So like, while it's your town does the work, she is essentially paying you all to have fun. What do you think you'd be talking about with Shirva as you're in this conversation?
I think Ivy would talk to her about like the progress of fixing up the festival. If there's anything else that needs to be done on the list.
Yeah, I think the last thing that would need to be like done is that the students of the Sorcery Academy just need to like all be lined up. They're children, like it's an academy for children that are like innately magical, to kind of hone themselves, and some of the younger ones seem to be trying to like run around and have fun. They're supposed to put on display later, but right now they're too excited about all the festivities, which would be like it's not a problem, but it's the only problem actively happening.
The Ivy be like, that wouldn't be too much of a trouble.
Good.
Like, I was like, just give them a couple of pieces of like little sweet donuts and stuff, and they'll listen to you in a heartbeat.
Good to know, because the last thing we need is a bunch of magically trained children running around doing chaos. But I am glad that we'll be there. And the other three of you, you walk in to this conversation. Julian, Julian and Dion are here. They're kind of like off in the corner waiting. They seem to be talking to themselves. They're decorating a Christmas tree to make it look all festive. But you walk in and you see Ivy and Shirva, and you also see your friends Julian and Dion.
For Nori's reference, on the way up, do we potentially see any like cute little animals?
Oh, for
on the
sure.
way?
I think
Okay.
one of the defining traits Taylor requested for the North is so many animals.
Um, could I have tried to like bring one with me?
Sure. Make an animal handling check.
Yes. I can make an animal handling check. Oh wow. All of my sorry. My computer did very silly things. All right. Okay. Can I guide myself?
Sure. Yeah, you can guide yourself.
Okay. It's okay. I don't think I need it. 23.
Okay. Yeah, very good. A 23 is going to do great. So what kind of animal do you think you're looking for?
Can I have like an otter that's like pure white
Mhm.
that just like hops next to me and like comes and hangs out on my shoulder?
Sure. Yeah. A pure white snow otter appears somewhere, probably, I think on the way up. It probably just formed out of a snowdrift. Um, I think you'd probably be feeling a strange, like, half kinship with this, and it's all yours to elaborate on, Nori. But this is like you're a water fairy, and snow is just hard water. So it's like everything here is kind of very familiar, but just slightly wrong in a way, um, that I think Nori would probably find a lot of fun if you want to get into that at all. But you definitely find a little snow otter that's hopping along with you.
Perfect. And having had experience in a different city within this very large region, I would know that like my suit of armor and everything with my pine cones and Titania would be okay.
Yes, yeah. Anything north of Petronell was not fully part of the war, does not really care for the Church of Eternal Peace. You're good. And anyone that is not
Okay.
aware, Petronell is the capital city of the entire country. It is the divide between the north and the south, in a mountain range. But yeah. Frog, would Archimedes be with us?
Yes. I was just going to say, as we approach, I will try to skirt around Shirva and Ivy and go see Julian and Dion and I would try to sneak up behind Julian and put the frog on top of his head and say, "Did anyone need a tree topper?" With
Make me a stealth
Archimedes.
check.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see here.
I'm trying to decide if it's with. Is anyone doing anything to aid Frog in this?
Oh, you bet your bottom dollar. I will gladly just tap Frog on the shoulder, be like, "Go, go, go! You can do it!" And cast guidance on her.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a 14.
With the guidance.
Oh, no, not with guidance. Sorry.
So yeah, add a
My bad.
d4.
Yeah. 14 plus 3. So
Okay.
17.
Okay, let's see Dion's stealth check. Dion's just like awareness of around. Ooh, he got a 9. He is not the wisest. So yeah, what does it look like as you walk up to the future king of the country with a frog that he canonically does not enjoy to place on his head? And for anyone that's
So-
not aware of what Archimedes is, he is a cantaloupe melon-sized frog that is fully sentient and conscious and everyone's favorite little problem.
Julian, I feel like he doesn't hate him.
I thought you said you were putting it on Dion's head.
No, on Julian's head.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. But yes. Yeah, I'll just plop it on there. I assume it's a little bit moist and wet.
Yeah, I feel like Archimedes is constantly wet.
Yeah. So he'll plop on there and I'll just like poke my head around the front of Julian and be like, "We're here."
I think Archimedes would be like, "Oh, I have gained new height. I am now the tallest frog in the world, and I can be seen by everyone because I am great." And then Julian would have to just look back and go, "Well, I knew you'd all show up eventually. Didn't expect my hair to get messed up. It's fine. I can fix it." And since you said a tree topper, we'll kind of like set Archimedes in the Christmas tree they're decorating and be like, "I don't know if you like trees. Have fun."
Good.
Cass, what are you doing while all this is happening?
Visual disappointment. Just, we walked in, and within 5 seconds, we are about to get kicked out of the house by anyone that does not know us. But sort of seeing what's unfolding, just going to go up to Julian and just cast prestidigitation on his head, similar to what I've done in the past when we decide to put frogs on people's head and just clean up the moistness, let's say. Aside from that, I would just be like gesturing to Nori, being like, "Keep your animal like tucked away. We do like, there's no need for wild animals in the house." And as I say this, like Quizzle's just gonna like pop onto my shoulder and be like, "He's different. He's a ghost. It's fine."
And what is a quizzle, Dan? What is a quizzle?
All right, Quizzle, for anyone that is unaware, is a spectral squirrel that is light tint of blue.
Nori will have in that moment being like, oh, Cass, you said she should come out. And from underneath Nori's left side of like her pine cone armor will pop out the little Snow White otter that I've named Freckles.
Uh-huh.
Will pop out and just do like a little skitter around everybody, and until like she gets a reaction, and then pop back on my shoulder. Because that's what's gonna happen.
Beautiful. So, Ivy, that's the scene you see as 3 strangers to you who have clearly been invited to the like Lord of the area's house. Walk in and do that.
I really will lean to who she was talking to and be like, who are they?
Yeah, you'll see Sheriff look around and be, I honestly have no idea. I have never met any of them. I think they're my nephew's friends. He asked if he could bring people to the festival this year, and I'm assuming that has to be them, right?
Right. Do you put them to work? Or are they here on vacation?
I guess they're technically here on vacation, but We could see if they want to be in the Winter Games, if they want to work and take part in the ceremony. We have room for another team, but I don't know if they're interested.
We'll just ask you three. And she points her spear at them. Are you guys
Hey,
gonna-
what's up?
Are you guys attending Winter Games?
What is a winter game?
Yeah, what's that? That sounds pretty fun.
What is the Winter Games?
You would know that it's like part of the festival up here where people that like, because there isn't the same like adventuring and questing in the north as there is down in the south. It's just kind of a spot where anyone that's like trained up a skill over the year can come together and like kind of like compete to show off. So it's not like grand combats or anything like you would find down in Patronelle or Solana, but it's more just like, how well can you engage in a snowball fight? How well can you build a snowman? How well can you like compete in tobogganing? A lot of just like fun winter activities. And then at the end, someone's crowned a winner. The point system seems kind of arbitrary. It seems like whoever had the most fun wins, regardless of how much people actually scored.
Good.
Yeah, Ivory kind of relates all of that to them. It's basically a fun tournament challenge.
Frog will say, I've made quite a few snowballs in my time. I'm in.
Of course, Frog.
Per the prince saying that we can. I'm in. That sounds like a lot of fun. What do you think, Freckles? You can hear on Nori's shoulder as well.
I can't speak animals. Speak to animals.
Nice.
Not Freckles.
What does it look like as Ivy casts magic?
It would just be like snowflake kind of trinkles when she points towards the animal, and it just swirls around them, and it's just like a little small like halos above them to indicate speak with animals.
Yeah. Hi. I'm inside now. I've never been inside before. I didn't exist more than a day ago.
Oh, welcome to your brand new life. And I heard your name was Freckles.
I guess I didn't have a name before.
Well, welcome. I was like, welcome here, Freckles, and welcome to the festival.
Do I have to do something?
You don't have to. You just stay adorable.
Okay, cool. Because I haven't really figured out anything yet. These people are weird, like fun weird, but they're strange. And I've only been alive for a day, and I already know that.
It's like, yeah, I only need them for a few minutes, and I know that, Freckles.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Ivy.
Hi, Ivy. I'm Freckles.
I was like, and then she looks at the rest of them and said, like, Freckles says hi to y'all, lovely folks.
Hi, Freckles, and I'll continue petting Freckles.
Anything Frog or Cass are doing?
Hearing the exchange, like knowing we're about to get involved in something, Cass is gonna do like the dad thing around holidays where he sits down and automatically gets back up knowing we have to go do something rather than relax. And it's just like, all right, let's go.
Deanna will turn to you. You know, Cass, if you don't want to go, you don't have to. You're able to do whatever. And also, Nori, you don't need to ask our permission. You're here on a holiday. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, yes, I appreciate the invite, and I agree we can do whatever we want. But certain people, and just eye daggers at Nori, certain people probably need to have certain limitations on what they are allowed to do. Otherwise, there will be thousands of animals running through the house.
What I'm hearing is that, Cass, you're just feeling a little spicy because it's just a little cold and you're not used to the cold. Because what I'm hearing from Dion and Julian is that this is perfectly acceptable behavior and I'm not drawing any unnecessary attention to myself. Thank you very much.
Nori, it was supposed to be a 2-hour travel today to this building. You talked to, I count, 47 animals on the way here. I'm cold, but I think doing something would be lovely. So I am in as well.
Nori's just gonna like fake strum a little tiny lute,
Mhm.
like the world's smallest violin, but in canon for our world. Be like, oh, poor Cass is so cold. Whatever shall we do? And I'll go up to Dion and Julian and say, is there anywhere where we can put our things down? Like, do we have rooms? Are we staying someplace else?
No, you'll stay here. The rooms are upstairs. They should also have different winter clothing for you all. Since I'm not sure any of you would have come equipped. And looking like Nori, your armor's heavy enough, but looking at the other two, and it seems that I was right to assume you wouldn't. So if you need to change, there are a week's clothing up there. You also each have your own room. And while you're looking, you do need 4 to compete. So if you want to find a 4th, do so. I'm not going to because I would have an unfair advantage as nobody could justifiably beat me and still feel like they were, not in trouble. And Julian will go. And I'm running a Christmas concert, so I'm going to do that. And also, I kind of don't want to go adventuring with the 3 of you right now. So thanks. So they are both out, but you have rooms you can get ready for, and you'll have to find a 4th for your winter activities.
Are we all still in the same room?
You're all kind of just
Ivy?
in the gathering room. Nobody's really left yet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I count 1, pointing to Frog, 2, pointing to Cass, 3, and then pointing towards Ivy. Would you like to be our 4th? I know we just met, but we're pretty fun. We got Archimedes. He unfortunately can't count as a person, but he can be like 4.5.
I am a person because I have a soul. I'm just not a human. I'm currently a frog, but I've learned how to swim, and I've learned how to fly, and pretty soon I think I could learn to change my body shape.
I'm gonna get down to Archimedes.
Oh, he's currently
level.
in a tree. He's currently in the Christmas tree.
Oh, I'm gonna look up at Archimedes and
Mhm.
stick my hand out. You know what? I'm gonna fly up to Archimedes
Mhm.
and I'm gonna put my hand out to Archimedes and I'm gonna say, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to offend you. It's just in like the typical human fashion. Sometimes they don't view view the world the same way that we like kind of cool creatures do. So we just have to have a human body be the 4th person. So you will just have to be the 5th person in spirit or in essence. You can be our cheerleader. Is that okay?
I do not know what that is, but it sounds important, and I will lead everybody to cheer.
Perfect. And then I'll
And
float back down and say, so
as
sorry,
this
Ivy.
exchange is happening about the existentialism of Archimedes' soul as a human, I'm just gonna go over to Ivy and be like, Cass, pleasure to meet you. Would you mind joining our team? Because I'll be honest, I don't know if anyone else here is going to.
It was like Ivy would shake their hand, and then I was like, well, normally I don't participate in the game since I help build the festival. I don't want to know if it's be right to compete in something that I help build, but it does sound fun, so I can join unless anybody else has an issue with it.
No, and as close to the monarch, I'll say I allow it, and then nobody can argue with us.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Have fun. You do so much work to make this town work. Show the town how good you are at everything you do. It'll be great. Everyone will have fun.
It was like Ivy does like a small bow of me, like, yeah, thank you.
Nice. Cool. Then I think we can move the 4 of you off to like a planning area. The festival will start in about an hour. And I think Ivy, you especially would know that the first round is a snowball fight. So you would probably want to go figure out anything that you know of secret-wise. And this is fully up to you. If you want to say you know where stuff is, you know where stuff is. So anything you want to do to help your team in the next hour get ready for the start of the festival, it is over to you, players, for what you would like to do.
Frog would suggest that we get our winter clothes on and then find some espresso for Nori so that she's like ready to build all these snowballs for us.
Mhm.
I agree, Frog. And Nori will pull out the like the Hulk muscle ergness position. That totally made sense, obviously. Wait, you can see me. This isn't like our just normal recording. Somewhere would be like, and would pull out the coffee grounds that she has and try and make some espresso real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a survival check to see if you can make coffee out of nothing. And if not, there are stands selling espresso mochas. But let's see how well Nori makes coffee by herself first.
I got nat 20, so haha.
Okay,
Suck
yeah.
it.
Tell me what Nori's without prep coffee making experience looks like.
It's really complex, let me tell you.
Mhm.
The grounds are actually beans that we picked up on our way here. And so then with Freckles' assistance in her early days of life, Freckles will paw very aggressively the grounds. And then I will put it into a little cup that I have that I took from some brunch place that we visited on the way. Put it in there, boil some hot water, and just do a little slow drip and pat Freckles while I'm currently just hanging with my coffee, and then chug it.
Okay. Ivy, you see an immediate change come over this little 3.5 foot tall fairy that you met 15 minutes ago as she downs a cup of coffee, just like the life that you didn't know is lacking, because this character is full of life at all moments of the day, somehow increases tenfold simply through drinking coffee. Not at all a magic item, not at all something on her character sheet. It's just a fairy that has a very strong love of coffee, and you see it kick in the second she downs it. What are the rest of you doing to help prepare? I know, Frog, you're getting changed. Cass or Ivy, is there anything you all would be wanting to do?
I would just be talking with Ivy, trying to understand, is this like a children's event? Like, or is this like
No.
for everyone? Okay, this is for everyone.
It's mostly a competitive adult event. Children are
Oh,
invited,
okay.
but if children participate, they're not winning. And
Yeah,
Ivy,
but-
you would know that.
Okay.
Yeah, like children would probably get harmed very quickly throughout the game. So we encourage the children not to join in, but if they join in, we just laugh at them if they fall.
Okay. And like as soon as you say like this is more oriented towards adults, you'll see Cass like sort of just relax his shoulders, like slick his hair back, and like you'll see like the little flame in his lantern just sort of like flare up brighter. And I'm ready to go at this point. Like I was like, I'm not normally a competitive person, but I was like, as soon as I know I'm not going to be accidentally hurting a child with a snowball, I was like, it's on.
Oh. Yeah, because there's multiple rounds. Yeah, the first round will be snowballs. I don't know what the order the next couple rounds will be, but snowball fighting is gonna be good. I suggest that we make a pile next to the big boulder on the outside, and that nobody would know that those balls are there.
Yes, Captain, you got it.
Well, and then I think you all head out to prep some snowballs ahead of the festival. There are no rules. Let me be clear. This is a you win competition. This is not a you abide by the rules of the competition. So it is perfectly legal to hide behind a boulder and just make an entire malicious amount of snowballs before the event starts. You see a couple teams like doing the same, but like don't know where the best spots are. But Ivy being the one that laid out the field, you know exactly that this boulder is the best vantage spot anyone can have, and you claim it for yourself.
Do we know what the rules are? Is that something that we or not the rules? Sorry, the objective of the game, is it like paintball? You get hit with one and you're out?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
You were kind of told that like the points are arbitrary, and the person that looks like they're having the most fun is who wins. But that would have been like something Ivy told you in your description. But yeah, it kind of just seems like survive. It seems like the goal of this is win. Cool. Speaking of, let's transition to our snowball fight. Can I have all of you roll initiative, please, to see in what order you'll be acting? There are 6 other people competing in the... Nope, there are 8 other people, because I said it had to be teams of 4. So there are 8 other people competing in the snowball fight. Okay, Nori got a 6.
5.
5 for Frog.
10.
10 for Ivy.
15.
15 for Cass. And then, please talk amongst yourselves while I roll dice.
Okay.
It is time to win.
So as everyone's
Nori.
like getting amped up, Cass is just gonna poof back in Quizzle, and you're just gonna see this blue little squirrel start like making extra snowballs, just very slowly, just little piles that he's gathering up as well. And as well, behind this rock, away from the snowballs so they don't melt, I'll cast Prestidigitation 3 times, just making 3 areas where we can warm up ourselves a little bit if we do get a little bit too cold there. And then I'll also just cast Mage Armor on myself, just taking this way too seriously, like as if I'm going to take damage. Like there's now just, in theory, like an invisible like force field around me to stop certain amounts of things from hitting me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say Frog is also casting mage armor on herself and then like stretching and like using Archimedes as a pretend like snowball weight to like get her arm strength going.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Okay, then the order that we have is that both pairs in Team 2 are going to go first. So you see like 2 like young, probably like 20-year-old kids that like clearly have been training up. There like aren't a lot of like farms up here, but there are like just different like crops that are harvested, like winter crops. They seem to be like young farm hands, and they are ready to go. Like you all are ready to go. These kids are ready to go, and they are going to go first, as well as their 2 friends that are on the same team. Followed by there's a set of like half-elf children that like they're not children, but like for half-elves they look young, but they're probably around 100 or something, that are ready to go on Team 1. Followed by Cass, Ivy, Nori, Frog, and then this Friends of the Half-Elves on Team 2. And the way that our snowball fight is going to work is essentially, yeah, you get hit once and you are out, but you are willing and able to do any magic about it. You're able to, like, if you want to use your wild shapes, if you want to use, like, your Shield of Faiths, anything you want to bring into this Battle Royale snowball fight is yours to use. And very similar to Cass and Frog, Nori and Ivy, if you have anything you want to do before starting to give yourself an advantage, you are fully welcome to do so. Okay. Then on that note... Sorry, Taylor, go ahead.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yep, just if you have anything you want to do before the snowball fight starts to like increase your stats, do a wild shape, anything you want to do to just have a better chance, you are free to do so.
I think I'm good. I don't think I'm gonna wild shape this time.
Okay. And Kate, I saw Nori had a question.
Would, like, we could in theory chop through snow, like really like no holds bar, anything works?
Yeah, if you wanted to use your reaction to try and defend yourself, you can do that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, cool. Then the first team is going to go. 2 of them are going to aim for the other 2 on Team 1 because they're close by. The other 2 are going to aim for not Ivy because they think it's very strange. 1, it's very strange that you're competing, but also 2, they're like, she kind of runs the town. We can't hit her with the snowball. Like, we're all going to get in so much trouble if we hit her, right? So Frog and Nori, you 2 look the easiest. So a snowball is going to come for each of you. What is your armor classes?
18.
Okay.
All of us?
15.
Just the 2 that are getting targeted.
Okay.
Okay, so the first kid is a 6, so Nori, you are fine. The second kid is a 17. What is yours, Frog?
15.
Okay, is there anything you want to try and do to stop this snowball from hitting you?
Can I cast Firebolt at it to melt it?
Sure. So it'll be a contested deck save because we're going to use your reaction to stop it.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll an attack against the snowball. You're going to try and beat a 17 because that's what it's going to be to hit you.
Okay. Okay, I only got a 14.
Okay. Then what does it look like as you see a snowball coming directly for you? Try and send it off with fire magic. Fail, and it still hits you.
I'm imagining that as it's like flying at me, I kind of like take a little step back before putting my hands up to cast Firebolt, but Archimedes was in my way, so I stepped on him, and while stepping on him, my hands went up and missed. So now I'm laying on the ground with a snowball on my face.
And in the opening volley, you see everyone was prepared except for Frog, and the only snowball to make contact out of all 4 thrown is directly at you, Frog, and you are the first one out of the snowball fight.
So sad. I guess I'll have to go cheerlead with Archimedes.
Yes, if you and Archimedes want to just be standing on the side cheerleading, feel free. It'd also be a great way if you want to spend any of your bardic inspirations. You can just toss them out with little cheers.
That's true.
Nice. The team that got attacked is going to retaliate. 1 hits. Okay. So one of the original team members is down. As we bring it over to you, Cass, you have seen Frog go down and one of the half-elves go down. What would you be doing in this moment?
Seeing that this is a lot more serious, like seeing Frog just take a snowball to the face within the first 5 seconds of this thing starting. I'm going to get behind the rock, and I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself and make 3 more of me appear.
Okay.
And then I'll make my way, just sort of like army crawl my way, like back over by where Ivy's probably comfortably standing because she's a normal, rational adult, and just sort of be like, what's the plan?
Ivy, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ivy's gonna be like, well, I think we need to do sneak attack approach. From coming from the sides. They would never know it's coming.
I like that.
And
So
Ivy,
I will
you're
start,
up
after
next.
that, I'll just start like maneuvering back to the rock and just sort of like go to the side of the arena, we'll say.
And then, yeah, Ivy, you're up next. If there's anything you want to do to facilitate a sneak attack, it is your turn to do so.
Yes. I think what I'm gonna do is have Ivy's gonna remember where she saw where the 2 are at, and she's gonna cast Fog Cloud.
Okay, nice. On the 2 that originally aimed for Froganori?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna draw a little map so I can keep this all in my head. We got Frog knocked out, and then we got 2 over there, and we got one of these is knocked out. Cool, yeah, the 2 closest to you all are just wrapped up in a fog cloud. Does it look similarly snowy to your other magic, or what does it look like?
Yeah,
here?
snowy, very blue tinted. There's like 2 hers, just like if the snow got really thick into the night.
Wonderful. Yeah, you hear the other team kind of growl, go, "Yo, you guys are way too into this. Like, we don't know what you're doing." But it's not their turn, it's Nori's. So, Nori, what are you up to?
Seeing both Cass and Ivy doing like more sneak attack things, I will try and be the distraction.
Okay.
So I'm going to, as a bonus action, whip up my spiritual weapon and then try and pelt 2 snowballs at 2 people. One snowball.
You have your spiritual weapon. I'll allow that to be like a second attack. Yeah.
So I will throw a snowball up to my spiritual weapon and like hit it like a baseball bat, even though it's obviously a pine cone.
Yep.
And then I will also toss a snowball at someone.
The one you're making with your spiritual weapon, just roll like normal. So roll your d20 and add the normal spell casting to hit that you normally add. And then for the one that you're throwing, roll it and then add your your dexterity bonus because it's a ranged weapon.
All right. So spiritual weapon would be a 17 to hit.
Okay. And who are you going for?
Oh. I will go for whoever looks the weakest.
That would be some of the half-elf kids. Yeah. Okay. One of whom was already downed. As you throw as your spiritual weapon baseballs over a snowball directly at the other half-elf that was close to you, they are down.
And then mine is a 19.
Are you going for the same set, or are you going for the other people?
I will go for the other people. I'll like fake that I'm throwing it at them and then like sideswipe it and try and hit the other group.
Okay. Then yeah, you take out one of the farmhand children and one of the half-elves. And just with your one round, you have been the most effective player on this field. Congrats to you.
And afterwards, Snorri will pull out the Hulk. She'll be like, "Ah, this is serious!" And then still try to be a distraction so the other two can be sneaky.
Again, we're glad you're having fun, but you are way into this. Welcome, maybe. Frog, you cannot engage in the competition aspect, but if there's anything shenanigans-wise you want to do from the sidelines, it is your turn.
Frog will still be making snowballs and like hiding them along the side of the arena after seeing Cass start to move to the side.
Okay, nice. And then the second half of Team 1 comes around, which at this point is the two remaining half-elves. And Nori, you're not the closest, but you are the most lethal. And both of them are going to try and go for you. You have an 18 armor class, right? Okay. That's a 5. And that's a 5. So, tell me, please, how do you dexterously avoid two snowballs coming straight for you?
Since I have my Nori senses tingling, my spiritual weapon will come up and go phew, phew, a silvery pine cone just go dashing against the snow and break the snowballs apart.
Beautiful. That brings it back around to the farmer team. Misty, not Misty. Wrong universe. Ivy. What is your fog cloud do? It obscures their view and everything. Is there anything else you were hoping it would be doing?
I think it just obscured their vision, yeah.
Okay, cool. So they're going to have to run out of that, which will put them closer to... One of them will be closer to the remaining half-elf team, and one of them will be closer to you all. So they're also going to aim for you all, because, like, yo, I don't know if we're allowed to take out, like, Leader Ivy or not, but, like, clearly she's engaging. So, sorry, please don't yell at us later, but we're going to have to hit you with snowballs. And it's going to go for you, Ivy. What is your armor class?
16.
And you're still hiding behind that rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll bump that up for the partial cover. Ooh, that is a nat 20. Do you have anything you want to do to try and stop a snowball from coming directly at you?
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Is there a way I can, like, I mean, try to notice it, try to misty step away, or like, is there a way to dodge like that?
Yeah, we're kind of playing very loose with the rules. One, audience, we always play loose with the rules. Thank you for never coming at us. I really appreciate it. Two, we're especially playing loose with the rules right now. So if you want to misty step, I won't even make you roll for it. You can just misty step out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. In order to stay in bounds, you will need to go further into the field.
Okay.
So that's kind of going to be the trade-off here, is you're not being hit that turn, but you are closer to everyone else.
Okay.
So that kid's going to miss and be like, yo, that's just straight up not fair. You can't do that. And then an announcer, remember, the rules are win. Everything is permitted. And then the other kid,
Take that, kid
was aiming for one of the half-elves, but very much the same way Nori did a fake out earlier. Is like, nah, Nah, it's going for you, and only gets a 14, so that is going to miss. So what does it look like as you Misty Step directly into the path of one snowball, and then just magically avoid a second?
Yeah, it's just that Ivy's having the time of their life as she just like basically it seems like she just merged with the fog cloud the way she disappears, and then it reappears nearby them, and then she just went with the other snowball.
Beautiful. And then the last of their team does take out one of the opposing teams. So there's only one half-elf left, and it's not even their turn, because it goes right then to Cass. So you have 3 of the farm children remaining, and then one half-elf. What would you like to do?
Who was the one that tried to hit Ivy last?
2 of the farm hands.
Okay. I would be aiming at the one that almost hit her specifically, the one that that she had a misty step away from.
Yep.
And I would just like whip a snowball from like my hiding position and just yell "kick rocks" and then drop back down.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll to attack, and then roll a stealth check.
What do you want for the attack exactly?
Unless you're doing magic about it somehow, it's just going to be a d20 plus your dex mod.
Okay, no problem. We'll do 17.
That is enough. So yeah, you yell "eat rocks" and throw a snowball at a farmhand. He is hit and taken out of the competition. And then go ahead and roll your stealth check. We're gonna say it's at disadvantage because you yelled "eat rocks."
Clarification: I said "kick rocks," not
Okay.
"eat rocks."
Not better. Not better.
Yes.
But go ahead and roll a stealth check at disadvantage to hide.
Oh, the stealth check is a 6. So at this point, like I'm just there's just a mound of snow that's slowly like inching across the edge of the battlefield.
With then like you're inching, and then the 3 hallucinatory versions of you are just walking on top of the snow because they can't impact it.
Yep.
And Ivy, that is the scene we see as it goes back to your turn. The one that tried to take you out was yelled at "kick rocks," and then the snow mound starts crawling with 3 Casses walking around it. You have the other one that aimed for you, as well as his other farmhand friend, and then one half-elf who's quickly realizing they are way out of their league here.
Yeah. I think that Ivy's gonna keep it cute and keep it fun, and she'll just pick up a snowball and tosses it at one of them.
Nice. So yeah, go ahead and roll with your dex.
That is a 16.
Nice. And are you going for a farmhand or the last half-elf?
Farmhand.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the one that was like, yo, that's straight up not fair, and tried to hit you the second time, you just, I imagine, pull part of the snow from your fog cloud and throw it right back?
Yes.
And that happens, and he is down. Nori, all that are left are one farmhand and one half-elf. You can, if you want to do 2 attacks, you have the 2 attacks to do.
We are dominating! And then with that, I will toss again a snowball up to my spiritual weapon, try and hit it like a baseball with a baseball bat, and then chuck my own. So spiritual weapon has again 17 to hit.
Yep, and is that one hitting the half-elf or the farmhand?
Farmhand.
Okay, cool.
Nori will also scream, "Eat rocks!" having potentially heard what Cass had said.
Kick rocks, not eat.
Oh,
Frog.
and then, oh, sorry, go ahead, Frog.
Frog, picking up on this on the sidelines, is gonna start just chanting "eat rocks, with Archimedes.
Eat rocks, eat rocks.
And then Nori will say, "Oh, yeah, eat rocks still, perfect." We'll chuck the last one at an 18 to hit.
Yep. So this poor half-elf, who quickly realized that they were well out of their league in this year's wildly unbalanced snowball competition, just hears a chorus of "eat rocks" as the last snowball is thrown directly at them. And Nori, please finish the snowball fight out for us. What does it look like?
in typical Nori fashion, there will be just the silver pine cone of her spiritual weapon behind her, just like having sparkles in the background from it just exploding because I don't need it anymore. And as Nori just chucks the snowball at the child, and then as it's flailing, Nori just giving,
Again, not a real child, just a young adult. Anyway, keep going.
sorry, young adult, being like a like a face at them, and hopefully seeing them fall over in slow motion because I really tried to pack an extra punch behind it.
Yeah,
Just
and
finish them off.
that young adult half elf just goes down, and you all are crowned both the winners in terms of practicality, and Nori especially in terms of the having the most fun category. You are way out in the lead. There is no one here
Yes!
showing more competitive spirit or enthusiasm, and you just see like a little like signpost. Your picture is moved up to the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, after the win, Frog will run out back onto the field and try to like pick Nori up and like put her on her shoulder, but being also tiny and not very strong will probably fail.
Make a strength check. Let's see.
Okay.
Nori
maybe it
will
will be my
assist.
lucky day.
Will assist Frog by flying, just a
Okay,
hair.
so you can have it at advantage then, Julie.
Okay, that's a good thing because I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Okay, that's a little better. Okay. But I also have a -1 modifier. That's great. 13.
I don't think that's enough. I
I don't think so either.
especially because Nori is wearing full plate mail.
Mhm.
Actually, I think you're in
but
full
if I
chain mail.
fly,
Oh,
what if I fly?
that's going to be part of it. Don't worry. It's just not enough to be successful. So,
Mhm.
Frog, you go to lift Nori onto your shoulders. Nori, you fly just a little too frantically. That espresso really hitting. And Frog, when you're expecting like a soft landing, Nori just comes down full force, pushing you into the snow, but keeping herself up in a very celebratory stance.
Good. Frog will brush off the snow and join everybody else again.
That is twice now. Frog has been the first to go down.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. As the leaderboards are set up and all the kids, not kids again, all the young adults start mingling and introducing themselves, the Sorceress Academy children are kind of like shuffled out onto a stage, and you see them all go, "Welcome to the Snow Festival. We are children of the Academy of Sorceress Magic, and we are here to wish you all a great time and sing you a snowman song." And the children start just singing a little song like, "We like snowmen, they're so fun, they're very kind and are not mean. We like it when they come to life and play with us. Please, snowmen, come to life." And then like there's a very polite applauding for them, and then the children walk off the stage. What would you all be doing post Snowball Festival scene?
I feel like they did so well. They did good.
Frog would still be a little bit disappointed from failing multiple times already, but then when she's like, "Snowmen come alive," she's gonna like perk up and be a little bit interested.
Okay.
Ivy, what's next? What happens next? I have to know. I am so excited.
I don't think the Ivy knows, right?
Ivy would know that they're randomly selected.
Okay.
But you'd also know that you are technically the head of this festival, and if you wanted to say something's coming next, nobody can dispute you on that. But you could also just let the like random selection process play out as intended.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, yeah, it's like Ivy's like, yeah, it could be. It's a mystery after this. I just always know they always start out with the snowballs because it's like a nice warm up, but it could be snowman building, it could be a fort building, it could be hide and seek, it could be a lot.
Are you saying we might be able to build a snowman? Oh my gosh. Okay, Frog, we're gonna get you. We're gonna focus on you this next time. You will be the MVP. We're not gonna let you down this time, Frog. Don't worry. And
Frog,
Nori
you're
will
definitely a value player in this team, and I appreciate you being here.
Do we
Frog
know if
will perk up.
Do we know if this event happens today or is it like a multiple day
It's
festival?
all today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I'll be right back, and I'm gonna go in the corner and make myself another little espresso.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll because of how well
That's
you did
me
earlier.
espresso.
You would know that it's like today is like the competition part of the thing, but then you're invited up here for a week with the princes. So it'll be time to be up here and hang out, but today is kind of like the competition day. But yeah, and then Frog Archimedes will look at you and be like, yes, just because you did poorly and were hit very early does not mean you are bad. You are a valued member, and I look forward to learning more from you in how to be better than you currently are.
Okay, backhanded compliment.
I don't
Thank you,
have
Archimedes.
hands.
Fine.
Yeah. Cass, what are you up to in this moment?
Oh, Cass is still like crawling through the snow. So like you got like the thing's been done for like minutes at this point, and I'm still like tunneling through the snow. So like after Archimedes is having this conversation, Cass just pops up out of the snow and be like, "Did we win? What happened?" And like just beard just full of snow, like everything's frozen to him, all that fun stuff. Just completely absorbed still that in the snowball fight.
Turning my head away from my espresso making, I'm gonna toss a snowball at Cass.
Cool. Make an attack check.
18. On fire.
Yeah. Cass, I think that hits even with your mage armor, right?
Do I get a rebuttal?
If you want to try something, yeah, you can try and
hold
beat
up. Technically, my spirit, my mirror image is still up. Give me a
Yes,
second.
technically, yeah. You'd have to roll to see if it hits a mirror image or not.
I do?
No, Dan does.
Oh, okay.
It hits a mirror image.
Okay. So, Nora, you just see like one of the spectral Casses walking and throw it, assuming that why would Cass be buried under a snow mound? Who sensibly would be doing that after the snowball fight is done? And you just see a Cass walk across the field, pelt it with a snowball, and quickly notice two other Casses walking right next to it.
Oh, just you wait, Cass. I will get you.
And seeing this, so Nora, you're off to the side, like by the trees making coffee. I'm just gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at one of the trees, just a soft one, just enough to hit it with force and get all the snow on the tree to come down.
Beautiful. Yeah, I won't even make you roll for that. Yeah, Nora, you're just pelted by snow.
Lovely. I'll have Freckles come out, and I'll just let Freckles just like bounce around in the snow.
Okay.
And I'll just say, thanks, Cass. That was great. So appreciate it. Wow. Love you too.
Nice. Frog and Ivy, I think you're the only ones not fully distracted then as the wheels start spinning on the next thing. And Ivy, you technically are running this event. Can I get you to roll me a d6, please?
Did they roll a d6?
Yep.
Six.
A 6, wonderful. And you see, like, after the wheel stops and it spins, it lands just, like, very slowly on tobogganing. And you feel the snow around you, like, change course and shape. And just a giant, like, mound of snow comes up with a built-in track to see who wants to do it. Each team will be able to pick one person. So it's only going to be 3 people competing, but to see who can make it down the hill the fastest in their sled. And you all would have a moment to figure out who you want to be your team representative.
All right, Frog. It's your time to shine.
Oh boy. Okay. Frog will do it, and she is gonna slowly gather her courage and then invite Archimedes to join her. But
Okay.
only if he wants to.
Yes, I believe that with me at the head, we will go extra fast and nobody will know that we are so good that they have no shot at winning. Granted, they might have a shot because both of them lasted longer than you did, but that is okay because this is your redemption round.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Archimedes.
Oh, you are most welcome, Miss Frog. Would anyone have anything that they want to do to increase Frog's chances of winning here?
Let me see.
Sorry. Would it make sense for me to cast Bless on her?
You could do Bless. You could also just do Guidance because it's one person and not four.
I was like, I could do guidance if you want to do bless. Stack
Cool.
it up.
Yeah.
Because then, in theory, it's only like one action, so to speak. Okay, so yeah, I'll do Bless. If
Okay.
Ivy, you want to do Guidance.
Yes.
Cool. And then Cass, anything you want to provide? You would, if you're still under the snow, you would have felt the snow around you changing to build up an ice mountain. It is up to you whether you jumped out of the mound of snow forming into an ice mountain or not.
Oh, I would have had no idea what was going on. So at this point, like I'm crawling out of the side of the ice mountain, just being like, who's doing what now? And I'll just like give Frog a pat on the back and be like, you'll do great, I'm sure. And I'll just, is Archimedes going with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
then I would probably just, I'd probably actually not cast fly. I'd use my, what is it called? Elemental gift for flight. And I would just sort of get in like an area where I could see like the whole race going down, just sort of relaxing at this point.
Yeah. So you're floating about 30 feet up in the air, overlooking this like formed ice mountain that has just like 3 overlapping tracks in it. And Frog, I'll let you pick. Do you want course 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Okay, cool. Then you head on up to get yourself set. 2 other people getting in line with you. One was the half elf that got taken out first, other than you. The other is like the clear head of the farm hands, the one that really almost took Ivy out. And you see them as your competition, and the farmhand looks over and goes, "You couldn't even last 1 second. You think you're going to make it down this hill faster than any of us?"
Frog will pick up some snow and just throw it at him.
Okay.
That's all.
Cool. Wow. Wow. If only you had a chance to do that in the round that actually mattered.
How rude.
Yeah. Good luck. And then he's going to go over to the second track, leaving the half elf to go the first, and she'll go, I know you're not good at this, so it's sad that you have to compete with us, but I do like your frog. He seems pretty cool.
That's lovely. Okay.
Where are you? Are you from the cold?
Are you from the cold?
I am. Are you?
I don't know. You should go away now.
Oh, okay. Last time I try and make friends my age, and walks away.
Good.
Yeah, cool. So you have 2 d4s to add to this. It's going to be just 1 round is all it's going to take to get down. And the way it's going to work is that, would you say Frog is proficient in sledding?
I would say yes.
Okay. How is Frog proficient in sledding?
She has her sea legs, so like
Okay.
she's good at balancing and maneuvering
Okay.
to try to.
I'll
get
give you
down
that
the
then. Cool. So then, and also, how are you approaching this? Are you approaching it simply from like, we need speed? Are you approaching it trying to think like logistically? Are you trying to like magic the others so that they do poorly? What is your thought going into this?
I think trying to look at the course that's ahead of her and determining like if she should focus on speed on certain sections versus like being cautious on other. Like, is it a straight shot or is it?
None of them are straight shots. It's gonna be 3 courses all kind of like bending through each other on the way down. The one in the middle would have been the easiest. Course 2 is easy, but you can't really tell that until you're up here. So if you wanted to be targeting someone, the farmhand is currently on the easiest course. He also seems the most confident. But you also, if you wanted to just rely like purely on strategy, you're probably the smartest one up here and could probably like outmaneuver if you think correctly about angles and stuff.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so she'll definitely like take into account like where she should be speeding up and slowing down to not fall or like crash into anybody.
Mhm.
But I think she would also try to use some magic throughout this. So, do I need to tell you that now, like what I plan to do, or
Well,
is it in like
it's going to be
stages?
one round. So it's like you have time to do one thing if you want to do one thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um. I, well, the goal is not to like hurt people,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Okay, then. Uh. Never mind. Okay, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay. Well, what are you trying to do? Because I can always say you can do it non-lethally or non-damagingly.
I
What is
was
it?
gonna try to do magic missile so that I could hit both of them, and
Mhm.
hit them from the side or something so they would like fall over.
You could just like hit the sleds and not them and knock them off course.
Okay,
Okay.
that works then.
Sure. Then
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I'll
I'll
have you roll. That'll just happen because magic
yeah,
missile
because it's
doesn't miss.
automatic.
So
Yeah.
I'll have them go at disadvantage. But go ahead and roll a d20. Add your proficiency modifier because you've convinced us you are proficient in sledding, and then you have a
Yeah,
d4
that's true.
from both Nori and Ivy to add on top of
Okay.
this.
Ooh, this is looking good. Okay, 18 plus.
And Cass, I'll let you pick who's rolling first: the farmhand, who is named Dylan, by the way, or the half elf, who is named Kay.
We'll do the half elf because that was the one I was trying to sort of be nice to, Frog, right?
Yeah, she was trying
Yeah,
to make a
we'll
friend.
let them go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then at disadvantage, it's going to be a 10. So then for Dylan, we've got both 8s. So it doesn't matter that it was at disadvantage, but that does bring him up to an 11. Frog, what are you at?
27.
Okay. So you win.
It's good.
This whole scene now, how does it look as you not only perfectly navigate a course that did not exist mere moments ago, but throw the other two off so badly that like they've barely passed the first turn by the time you're at the bottom, and everyone else, once Frog does the setup, you're free to add whatever you want to add because you all cast spells and stuff on it. But Frog, go ahead and start, and then the rest will build.
Yeah, as they're like going down the initial part of the hill that's like a straight shot down, the magic missile will hit the farmhand's
Dylan.
toboggan, and it will turn him backwards. So he's like going down backwards, and then because he's going down backwards, he like falls and starts to roll, and then hits the other one as they get hit with magic missile too. So they like collide, and then kind of get back on their feet and start to head down when like Frog is almost at the end.
Okay. And Nori, how does your magic influence the scene?
Nori's magic will help propel Frog forward and even faster throughout the ebbs and flows, but making sure that Frog stays on the most like correct path.
Beautiful. And Ivy, how does your magic influence the scene?
I think Ivy will like shoot a couple of like ice. I don't know as an ass, but ice blaster things to like help push for it.
Beautiful. Then yeah, just propelled by Fey magic and the druidic powers of ice and sabotage, Frog, you and Archimedes go flying at top speed down this hill and finish well before anyone else, clearly earning yourself a point. Did Frog look like she was having fun
Oh
while
yeah,
sabotaging?
the time of her life. Yes.
Okay.
And then once she's at the bottom waiting for the others to get down, she'll say, "If only you knew how to sled." And then walk away.
How? If only you had cutting words or anything to hurt people with your words, they would be dead as commoners. Oh well. Go ahead and both Nori and Frog roll performance checks to see who is currently having the most fun, or at least who is outwardly having the most fun.
14.
Okay.
What are we rolling?
Just Frog and Nori. We're rolling performance checks.
Performance. Okay, 19.
19. Okay. So yeah, Frog, you look up from the sick insult you threw at these children. Again, not children, but young adults who are like, they're only 2 or 3 years younger than you, but it's that thing where it's like, there's a clear age divide. And you look over as they move your nameplate above Nori's on the official leaderboard. And I think there is where we will take our break. So we're going to take a break, everyone, and we will see you back on the other side. See ya. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. If you are joining us here at the break, welcome. We're a bunch of people playing a game together that's loosely following the rules of D&D. But if you weren't here for the first part, what has been happening so far is that our party has joined the Prince Dion and his soon-to-be husband Julian up at his aunt's winter house. They're currently doing other things, kind of needing a break from our party. They might be friends, but there's only so much time you can spend with these three people. And so they asked town elder and leader / noblewoman / whatever position role Ivy claims to be on their side, which Ivy fully agreed to. Is it fair in the minds of the other people competing? Maybe. Is Ivy the one that put all of this together and therefore has the most knowledge and skill? Yeah. That's on the other people. They didn't ask for a teammate. But here we are. We just did a snowball fight, and then followed by a toboggan race. And the current two leaders for having the most fun, because this point system is not real. It does not at all matter how well you score. If you're having the most fun, you're the true winner. And that's how we're ranking. Currently, Frog is in first, followed by Nori, followed by a bunch of other people, but they don't matter. And as these scores are once again updated, the children's choir from the Sorcery Academy walks out and starts singing once more. Hello, snowmen. We like that you're here. Please be good snowmen and be our friend. We really want to meet you. It would be nice. Thank you, Snow, for making snowmen. And then they walk
And
out.
while this performance is going on, Cass just has dancing lights up there, just flickering about, just really, really adding the ambience to the scene.
Nice. Ivy, is this the level of goodness that the Sorcerer Academy normally puts out for the children, or are they better this year? Are they a little worse this year? What are they like?
Like, I think this is better. I think like the new guidelines I've put in place, like how to help them out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, helping this small child choir do their best. Lovely.
They're just trying.
Then let's have Cass this time. Can you roll me a d6, please? For the third event of the day.
A 5.
A 5. Okay. A 5 is snowman building. So this will be a team sport for all four of you. You'll be competing in your team of 4 against 2 other teams of 4. The same farmhand team and half-elf team you've been competing against. And the parameters are make the coolest snowman. So whatever you all want to do with it is what's going to happen. If you want to do something wild and extreme, I'll have you roll for it. But for the most part, y'all just kind of get to tell me what you're doing to build this snowman.
Okay, so what are we thinking here?
What if we had like sparkles in the background? like explode with glitter or something.
Like, what about sparkler cannons? I can do that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Cass, perfect.
We
Okay,
can also
but
make
snowman, what do we do?
it extremely big because Cass can fly, and Nori is strong, so we can make it very, very tall, taller than anybody else's.
Ivy requests.
That's good. That's good. Like all these ideas, I think we make sure that the inside is also ice, so it doesn't like fall apart too easily.
That's probably a very good point.
Oh, Barbara can come out. Barbara can be a part of this.
Okay, and what, for the audience at home listening and those in chat, what is a Barbara?
Barbara is a water elemental that has grown with me through my time being a cleric. And so I'm able to just summon her once per day, and she can hang out with us and help us with this contest.
Yeah. And what are you hoping Barbara will do for you in this snowman building contest?
Yes. It's currently an idea that we're going to workshop, and we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Okay,
So
okay. How about this?
Uh-huh.
To start, Nori, we have Barbara, like Ivy said, make the ice cores inside the pieces once we have them assembled, so it doesn't collapse on itself. Because I don't know if you can make ice, but I cannot make ice.
I can
But I'm
create
sure a
and
water
destroy water.
elemental can.
So in theory, I can kind of make ice.
And at that point, Cass just sort of like turns around and walks towards the building area. I can make and destroy water.
I think, Ivy, you are probably the most perceptive here. Would see that as Barbara is summoned, mass fear breaks out amongst everyone
Oh.
as just a water elemental, apparently summoned from nowhere, just makes its way casually with Nori through the snowman fields. No one seems to do anything, but they do eventually like calm when they see it's just kind of a friend to Nori. But for the people up here in the Winterlands that don't normally see water come to life and just casually walk around, a lot of your citizen people seem a little terrified when Nori pulls this off.
Oh, Ivy's like, that's not good. And Ivy tried to go near the panic people. She clicks her stuff in the guy saying, it's okay. Friendly.
Okay,
And,
it's
I'm
it's
gonna
it's a
rush
scary
over.
monster.
It's
I'll
friendly.
rush over to Frog really quick,
Mhm.
take her wraps that she has for disguise self, and put them on Barbara, and just have her turn into a very large, friendly-looking snowman.
Okay, sure. The reps normally require attunement, but Barbara herself is essentially half of a magic item, so just gets the magic of the wraps, and you see this water elemental look very confused as it's warped into a giant snowman. The other team
Barbara!
yell out, "No, that can't be their entry.
This is
I
not
know
the
we don't
injury.
have rules, but that's not fair."
It won't be our injury. Don't you worry.
Barbara, oh my gosh, you look great. This is going to be fantastic. And Nori will start trying to make some snowballs.
Okay.
I think Ivy's gonna use conjure woodland beings,
Okay.
and I will do 2 fey creatures, which would be 2 dryads.
Okay.
They'll come and help out with the ice also.
Mm-hmm. Cass and Frog, anything you all are doing?
I would just be helping make the largest snowball, just because the size we're going for, it's going to be taller than Nori, so
Mhm.
she's going to be pushing around a sphere that's bigger than her. And then I would have Quizzle just sort of go off to the forest to try to find some decent sticks for arms and like some pine cones for the eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, Frog would just be helping Nori also with building the body.
Okay. Then we'll do a group check here. What would you all like to be rolling? I'm going to let you all pick what you're rolling here. It doesn't need to be the same. just each of you tell me what you think you want to roll to do it. Like Ivy, you can have help from your dryads. Nora, you can have help from Barbara, so both of you can do this at advantage. Cass, you can have it from Quizzle grabbing sticks for you. Frog, if you want to somehow incorporate Archimedes in some way, you can also have advantage. But yeah, tell me what you're kind of rolling and what you're hoping to achieve, and we'll see how all your scores work together.
I'll be rolling just a basic survival check, just based on like just trying to get the things spherical and packed together, and Quizzle going to actually get stuff from nature itself.
Okay.
And that ends up being a 20. Not natural, just dirty 20.
Beautiful. Who's next?
Frog will roll nature,
Okay.
trying to make sure that she's like connecting the snow at like just the right spots and finding chunks of ice to put in. And she rolls a 13. Not 13, 23, sorry.
Okay.
I did the math wrong.
Ivy, what are you up to here?
I'm also rolling nature to solidify the ice and help out in that matter, and I rolled 18.
Okay. And Nori?
Can I roll just straight strength
Yeah.
for crushing, bringing all the snow together?
Mhm.
And I rolled a 19.
A 19. Okay. Very fun. The way that this is going to work is that we're going to take the two top scores and have them be added together. So in third place is the half elves, who with a combined score of a 14 made a very conventional snowman. It's about 5 feet tall. It has the proportions, like the 3 body prong you'd expect of a snowman. It has stick arms. It has a colon carrot face. It has a top hat. It's a very conventional snowman. Good job, third place half elves. The second team, headed by Dylan, the farmhand, got a 26. So like they stepped it up. They knew you all were going to pull some nonsense, so they went all out. They like found like logs, so it has like very built arms. It has just like they found somewhere like a broken sword, so the snowman has like a sword hilt on it. It looks kind of piratical. It's very fun and fancy. With a combined score of a 43, what does your snowman look like? Cass and Frog, your scores are the two that are being counted here. So if you want to do the fancy stuff, we'll let Ivy and Nori do the base, because that was a lot of what you all were building. So Nori and Ivy, start us off with what the like actual snowman itself looks like, and then Cass and Frog, please add to it for what brings it not just past a 26, but all the way up to a 43.
Well, since Barbara is still a snowman,
Mhm.
we'll just station Barbara next to our snowman base.
Mhm.
But I would have been working on the bottom part,
Mhm.
third of
Yep.
the snowman. And so it's going to be very, very large.
Mhm.
And then it will have like some little silvery pine cones around it and all of the other woodland things that our creatures have brought in.
Mhm.
And then the rest of it looks like it's really solid because Ivy put some ice in the middle of it.
And Ivy, how tall is this snowman?
Ew. Really tall. 50 foot.
Okay, yeah.
Let's make it tall.
Yeah.
Like those skeletons you get.
The Home Depot skeletons?
Yeah.
So for context, I think the Home Depot skeleton is 20 feet tall.
So yeah.
So I'm not saying 50 is wrong. I just want the skeleton in your head. You want 2.5 skeletons.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 50 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was like, yeah. So the way that it worked to make it that tall was Ivy brought a storm cloud
Uh-huh.
and had the temperature change So as they're building it up, she's filling it up with even more ice in the center to solid it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have 3 people with you who can fly, so very easy to pound it in around them. Actually, Frog, I don't know if you can fly anymore, but we for sure have 2 people that can fly easily and innately. So yeah, Frog and Cass, Nori and Ivy have built up a very strong base and very nice spheres to go around a 50-foot shaft of ice to make a 50-foot snowman. What do you both add to just top it out as a grand experience?
Frog takes advantage of the storm cloud and all that ice that's gathering,
Mhm.
and she like breaks it up to make it like a mosaic and
Okay.
creates like a mosaic vest that the snowman is wearing. Like,
Okay.
like the and then uses some more of those ice shards to make like shiny snowflakes at the bottom of
Oh, cool.
the snowman.
And following Frog's lead, Cass Quizzle comes out with 2 massive pine cones, like alarmingly large,
Mhm.
that are the eyes. And then I just pick up like a branch of a tree to make the nose, just since this thing is so big. And then at the base, I have 2 things of prestidigitation cast that just have little like sparklers going off, like pretty much like little sparkler cannons. And then I
Mhm.
have dancing lights going up around it since it is so tall.
Mhm.
And right before the judging starts, I take some of the extra ice that Frog had, crush it up, and throw it up into the air, so it's super sparkly and nice looking just around the whole thing.
Nice. So all of those are just using illusion magic to add things to it. You're not making anything concrete to put in there.
No, I mean this
Okay.
thing's already so massive that I'm
Yeah.
like I can't fix anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you all were given the same amount of time. You all were very much not given the same resources because you look around and in the like half hour it took you to construct this literal monstrosity, you see the other 2 5 and 8 foot snowmen, very casually built, very much like you could tell that they were trying, but they did not have the 4 of you working together here, and you all are deemed the clear winner. Who do you think had the most fun?
Ivy.
Barbara.
Barbara.
Okay, in that case, they draw a picture of a snowman. Oh, Barbara did well, and Barbara is currently outperforming Nori in fun, but is losing to Frog. So Nori, you see yourself fall 1 more on the leaderboard as a snowman version of Barbara is stuck above you.
Ah!
And the children come back out with their song. We have snowmen now, and they're really cool. We think it'd be very fun if they came to life and played with us. Hopefully they don't do anything bad. Hooray! And as they say that, you see like their little chorus of sorceress magic spread out to the recently built snowmen, and all of them come to life. And none of them look that happy to have
What
been
did we just do?
resurrected from snow. And especially the 50-foot monstrosity snowman is going to take a step forward. I was not prepared for it to be this big. I have the stats. Everything you all were saying was affecting the stats of this snowman. Is so big now it can easily crush one of the other 2 just by walking on it. So let's see if one of your enemies is taken out simply by your creation. It rolled a 4, so that is not surviving the dex save. So let's see how much damage being stepped on by a 50-foot ice creature does. That's going to be... And... Okay, so you see, like, the half-elf snowman, the basic one, not look good, as just, like, a step comes down on it, and when it comes back up, it's, like, 3 piles of snow laying there that, like, slowly shift and pull themselves back up. It looks like most of the life in this thing is gone, but it's still in there. Very much when Barbara was summoned, there's a lot of fear from the people. The children are laughing. You hear one of the kids go, "Hey guys, it worked! We finally did it! It worked this time!" But you all are probably the only ones that are brave enough to try and defend the town from the snowmen, unless you also want to run away. What are your thoughts?
Guys, I don't think they should be moving. Um, just a thought. The two small ones, I'm not concerned about. But the big thing that we made, and Cass is just going to point at this 50-foot monster behind us, like we probably should take care of to some extent.
I agree. Can't have my people be harmed.
Oh, poor Barbara's friend.
Yeah.
But okay.
Also, you'll hear from inside, Dion and Julian kind of perk up. Did you all? Are you behind this?
As they come out, Cass is just gonna be like flying up back towards like the head of this thing, be like, "We're fixing it. Don't worry."
Do you need help?
Yes.
Okay, cool, fine. We're gonna have talks. I invited you on vacation, and you're murdering the town? We're gonna have talks.
In our defense, we're not. This 50-foot snowman that we made is.
What were you saying?
It's like it is all my fault. We should have been more careful on the magic. We didn't think it would come to life.
Oh, if it's the children, it's perfectly fine.
Yes.
Children can have fun. Okay, thank you for clarifying. Can all of you roll initiative for me as we're gonna fight this? There's a reason why, especially Taylor, when you went 50 feet, I went, "You sure?
I know.
You sure?"
And I
I'm
know.
glad you committed.
I know. I had to ride this wave. I heard it and I was like, "Dang! I can't believe I made my own monster." Oh well, I got excited.
Hey, I am here for it. You made it very easy to hit because it's a 50-foot tall snowman. It's just how easily you can get through its health and how easily you can get through it. What were those initiatives, friends?
8.
7.
7, 10, 15. Okay. Nori was the 10, Cass was the 15, 8 was Ivy, and 7 was Frog. And then we have Snowman 1 as a 12, Snowman 2 as a 5, and Snowman 3 as another 12. Cool. So it's going to go Cass, you're first, followed by Yoral's Snowman and the half-elf Snowman.
Okay, and just so... Okay.
Mhm.
So to start, I'm going to just... I'm already flying at this point.
Yep.
But I'm just going to try to get its attention and like get it to... If it's moving, move away from everybody else. And then I will cast... I'll cast Eldritch Blast and try to focus it like on the shoulder area, like where its arm would be. Just trying to like start slicing this thing apart into pieces.
And
if possible.
you're going for your snowman, correct?
Yeah, big one.
Okay,
I'll be
cool.
focusing on the big one.
Yep.
So I believe this shoots twice, correct?
Yeah, your all's level, you'll get 2 attacks.
Yep. Yeah, so first one is a 9.
That hits.
Cool. And then I'm just going to roll the second one for a hit as well.
Yep.
Second one is a 25, so they both hit.
They do both hit, yep.
First one does 15 damage. Second one does 12 damage, so a total of 27.
Okay. Yeah, you all look as Cass does something that normally Cass is pretty capable of doing and does a lot of damage. Your monstrosity seems very littly impacted. It's continuing its descent towards town. And Cass, you're the first person that it can head towards because you're flying directly at it. So it is going to just take out one of its branches and try and like do a wide sweeping attack to hit you out of the sky. Your AC is?
Mage armor would still be up, so 15.
Cool. It rolled a 7 plus 6 is not 15. So yeah, you are able to deftly like swipe out of the sky as it just like tries to. I think it's so big that it moves slowly. Like, if this thing hits, it's gonna hurt, but it's just so monstrous that it moves so slow. And you're able to dodge right out of the way. As it comes back around to snowman number 3's turn. The snowman that the half elves had made. That's it living its life. It's not looking good. It's just gonna kind of shamble forward to Frog, who's probably the closest. And you kind of see like a life in its eyes. It's like, I regret being made. But it's just gonna try and like spew ice on you. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
20.
Cool. Then you only take 5 points of cold damage as like
Okay.
this thing just kind of goes up to goes, oh, and just a spray of cold goes straight out at your face.
I don't like that.
Deftly moving out of the way. Nori, we go around to you. You see all 3 snowmen advancing. The one already on Frog, the like buff one that the farmhands made a little bit back, and then the Snowmageddon snowman up in the sky above you all.
It's up in the sky.
I mean, it's not in the sky, but it is towering above you all.
Sure.
You are 3.5 feet tall. This thing is 50 feet tall.
How far in front of me is it?
Probably only like 30 to 40 feet.
Okay. I will cast Moonbeam
Okay.
and cast it in with it being in the center. I can't hit any of the other 2.
No, if you're gonna, I mean, you could hit it on the edge, and even then, I don't think you would hit the other 2. But if you're like right on the center, this thing is so thick that like the moonbeam doesn't even go all the way out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will cast it at 4th level.
Okay.
And yes, it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 16. What is your spell save?
That is my spell save, but
Okay.
it still takes half damage.
It does take half damage. Yep. So go ahead and roll. And while you are rolling, is there anything you're gonna do on your bonus action?
I don't think I really have anything. Oh, sorry, that I can do on my bonus action.
Cool. Then we will hand it over to Ivy while you are finishing that damage.
Yes. I'm going to. I would like to do a flaming spear.
Wonderful. Please do.
Yes.
And Nori, how much did you hit for?
Half damage would be 12.
12. Okay.
$21.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yep, that beats its 8. Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Amazing. There's like a dex thing on here too.
What does it say?
Any creature that ends its turn 5 feet of the spear must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
The creature takes 2d6 of fire damage. On
Okay,
a
cool.
fail. 12. Wait, I'm a liar. No, 12. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that is going to be 24 because snow and fire do not mix. You're doing additional extra damage. And we'll be kind on your 21 so that you aimed your spear so that it's not directly by casts. So that, yes, Nori?
So technically, Moonbeam is a ghostly flame.
It's a radiant damage. I'm just saying. Anyway, we'll say on your 21 you aim it so it's not within 5 feet of cast. So cast, you don't need to worry about taking damage at the end of your turn with the flame spear. But yeah, you do a sizable chunk of damage to this creation you have made. Is there anything else you can do on your turn? And Frog, you're up next.
No, I think that's it.
Okay, cool. And the spell's a concentration spell, or it only happens once?
It is. I clicked off of it for a moment.
the worst part?
Yes, it's concentration up to a minute.
Okay, cool. So you're able to keep focusing on that spear there. Nice. Frog, what are you up to?
Frog is going to cast Witch Bolt on our giant 50-foot snowman.
Okay.
So. 20.
Yep, that hits. And what level are you casting it at? Because remember,
Third.
the damage only stays for the first attack. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yep.
27.
27. Okay. Yeah. What's it like as your crackling energy is stabbing this? Like, there's a snowman bearing down on you, but you aim far away to take out the big one.
Mhm.
What's that look like?
I would probably just like turn my back on the other snowman and then send the witch bolt up to like the giant snowman's face.
Okay. Wonderful. And you deal a bit of damage to it. Nice. Okay. The big, strong middle snowman, the one made by the farmhands, is up next and is going to go for you, Nori. It's going to shamble up to you, and you see that it's like formed one of its arms into like just kind of like a hammer, very similar to your war hammer, but it had like the thick log trunks and just kind of has like a swinging hammer with it, and it's going to swing twice on you. First one is going to be a 21. Nice, and then the second one only a 13.
Yeah, just the first one.
Cool. So yeah, you feel just like this literal tree log come down on you for 16 points of bludgeoning damage as a giant snowman swipes down. This one seems to be enjoying it. Like the one that's fighting Frog seems sad. Could be because of its state. Could be because of its existence. This one seems to be enjoying the thrill of combat, which is very strange for a snowman that didn't exist moments ago. But you see it ready to square up with you as you take those 16 points. Julian comes in next and is like, I don't even know what to say about this. I know it's not your fault, but I feel like it has to be. Not in a bad way. Like, not at all in a bad way. This is just so on brand for the three of you that, like, it's gotta be, right? We're gonna talk later about what you told the children. Anyway, which one's like the worst? Do you want to take out the big one, or do you want me and D to take out the smaller two so you can all focus up? What's the best need here? No one knows anything. Okay.
I was like, Ivy was gonna say, like, oh, you two take care of the small ones. We will all focus on the big one. I think we got that one handled.
Nice. And you see that he's just going to like fire off a spell that melts the one in front of you, Frog. It wasn't looking that good, but you see like a spring of fire shoot out, hit that one, and it goes down. He's like, can't have the second best bard in the land getting hurt. Now can we? Best of luck. And then passes it over to Dion, who is just going to run up with his spear and just stab the middle looking one next to you, Nori. And then his spear just alights with a holy flame, and you see it take a lot of damage on the inside. So you and him are currently engaging that one. As we go back around to Cass, what would your all thoughts be, especially you, Frog, as you got called second best? What are your thoughts as the princes actually enter into combat with the three of you for the first time? And Ivy, probably the first time you've actually seen Dion like engaging in combat ever. And you would have known him since he was a child.
Frog would just get giddy after hearing second best bard in the land and like potentially almost lose her concentration on her spell, but then be like, oh wait, we're busy here.
Okay.
Gas is just still like hovering around this thing's head, just sort of like spinning around it and like looking down at Frog, being like, can we please concentrate? There is a 50-foot monstrosity that we somehow made that I don't even want to get into. And
so you did make it.
Well, so, and as I'm talking, I'm still shooting just like another round of Eldritch Blast at
Yep.
this thing.
Go ahead and roll for him.
Let's do. There it is. So first one's 18.
Okay.
So that That one, and the second one is a 22. So those both hit, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then that is a 9 damage and 13 damage. So 22 total for that round.
Mhm.
And bonus action. Bonus action is fine. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But like as I'm shooting this, I'm gonna look back down at Julie and be like truly, I don't think we did build it per se, and just sort of like smiling to myself as I'm like shooting this massive snowman. But like we didn't like bring it to life, if that's what you're suggesting.
Okay. Yep. Either way, not the biggest problem. Just not at all surprised. Like I said, it's the most you thing I have seen in weeks. Had to be. It passes around as you're saying, as Julian is responding to you. The snowman is once again going to be swinging on you, but is going to just like kind of use that same frost breath we saw the smaller one use, but it can angle down to get you, Frog, and Ivy all in the same cone. So if I can get all three of you to make a dex save, please, of 21, that would be great. Okay.
24.
Okay.
17.
Okay. So Ivy, you skillfully dodge out of the way, so you'll only take half damage. And Dan, can you please do 13 plus 8 for Sean?
What?
What's that math? 13. It's 21, right?
21,
Yeah.
21.
So yeah, Frog and Cass each take 21 points of cold damage, and Ivy only takes 11 as this giant snowman just screams ice shards down onto all of you. Snowman 3.
This happening, Cass is just gonna get sort of pissed, like, because he's at this point, like, he was talking to Julian and like getting annoyed that this monstrosity is just bothering this conversation. Like his eyes will light up, and I'll just go towards its chest, and after getting hit, I'll use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke at at 4th level.
Okay.
So that will be 29 fire damage.
Beautiful.
16 save. With a dex save of 16.
Dex save. It does not succeed. It only gets a 13.
Oh yeah, 29 total damage then.
Okay. What does it look like as the snowman exterior melts away to reveal a giant, like, ice creature inside?
I mean, I'm not sure exactly what summoned this thing, but I'm imagining like the ice like cylinder that Ivy made is now just sort of like twisted and branching out in a very unnatural way. Like something definitely like brought this thing to life, but it wasn't the most natural of means. So you sort of see all the snow melt away, and it's just like sort of like twisted, winding ice, like all in the center at this point.
Yeah, you would know it's a poorly sung children's choir doing a spell. That's what brought this thing to life.
Fair.
Yeah. Beautiful. So yeah, then Snowman 3 would go, but Snowman 3 is melted. Nori, what are you up to with Ivy after Nori and Frog after Ivy?
So I still have a snowman next to me, correct?
Yeah, you and Dion are kind of flanking the like buff snowman.
I am going to use my bonus action to conjure my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I will then have my spiritual weapon attack the buff snowman.
Okay. Sentences I did not think I would be saying earlier today. Buff snowman.
It's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, so then with 18 points of damage.
Nice.
And then my cone will move
Your
to
moonbeam?
where. Yes.
Okay.
Cylinder. Sorry, we'll move to wherever our large ice creature now
Mhm.
is.
Yes. Which actually it didn't move, so it should have rolled that. It should have rolled more at the start of its turn.
Yes,
So it's a con save, correct?
correct.
Which is going to be. It would have. The start of its Cass, you would have melted it, so it will use the new stats. It would have been a 15, but you see as the snow is ripped away that just this ice seems very unyielding, and instead of a 15, it is a 25 on its con save.
Is this also new damage,
What do you mean?
or is it
Yeah.
the
So
old
it succeeds, but you can roll again.
roll again?
Mhm.
Okay. So I should just roll twice. So from it.
Well, because it won't be you move because it hasn't moved. It's not leaving the area. You won't affect it again on the start of your turn.
Okay. Well, that should be my turn.
Okay. Well,
So
no, because
I
then
will
you
just.
still have your action now. Because you're not doing anything with your moonbeam. It's just happening.
Correct. Okay, I'll roll that damage in a minute.
Okay. Yep.
Then I will take my great axe
Mhm.
and I will swing it with at the buff snowman.
Okay.
That is a 15 to hit.
That does not hit the buff snowman.
Wah, wah.
Did you roll it at advantage, though, because Dion's on the other side?
No, I did not.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and roll it at advantage for flanking.
Oh, now that one is a 25 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. And then dun 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 bam bam. For just all of our wonderful sound effects. 13.
Damage, nice. It's looking bad. The buff snowman, not looking good. Anyone observing Dion and Nori's little situation, you would see that like in Nori's spiritual weapon and hammer both like pounding down on it, it's done close to what Dion did just with a single flash of his spear. He's a strong dude. Not that Nori's not, but you don't want to mess with him. But we go back around now to Ivy. What are you up to?
All right. So, has the snowman been taking damage with the spear? Like, is it in his turn in the spear still or anything?
Yeah, the spear is still inside of it. So go ahead and do whatever we do there.
17.
Thank you, Kate.
That was only 2, so 4 damage.
Okay.
For that round. But now for me, what to do? I want to keep the concentration on with the flaming spear, but I'm going to use my bonus action on it and stretch it out. So even if it tries to move, it still will keep on burning it. So this is I can do another. So I can go all the way up to 30 feet with the stretching of the flaming spear.
Okay. Cool. I love that.
So Ivy's focusing on that.
Okay.
Any other action? I'm afraid to do any other action because of concentration.
Well, you can do anything on your main turn that's not going to break concentration. So like you can attack, you could use a you can use a non-concentration spell. You could wild shape, which would then keep your concentration going. You just can't cast more spells if you wild shape.
Okay. Then I will Moonbeam would break it, wouldn't it?
It would, yep.
Yeah. What's stellar bodies? Where did I get this?
I have no idea.
I was like,
there are a lot of new things that have.
I know. I just got thrown off. I was like, what is this spell that just landed in here? Let me read this real fast.
We will come back then to the second part of your turn. We'll go over to Frog. And what are you up to, Frog?
Frog already having the witch bolt on the snowman. We'll go ahead and roll damage for that, which is
down to your base like 1d10 or whatever.
12.
Okay,
8 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. Ivy, do you know what you want to do with your other part?
Yeah, I want to do stellar bodies, and if I'm comprehending this correctly,
Mhm.
the star is protecting me, and if I get hit by any type of melee attack, then you have to do a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then once per round, I may use my action to cause a star to streak towards the enemy and expand it and explosion in a blinding flash, making it
Wonderful.
a ranged spell attack. So I will deal 4d8 of point radiant damage, and the target must do a concentration saving throw
When it tries to hit you, or right now?
right now, or be blinded to the next turn.
Okay. Constitution save is going to be a 27.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
That's fine. So that I guess I make my attack roll.
Yeah, so go ahead and still do the half damage from it.
18.
18 damage, nice.
Oh wait, I thought that was me attack roll. I rolled the
Oh.
wrong thing. I need to do 4d8s.
Okay, yeah, because it succeeded on its saving throw. So then
Oh,
roll the
okay.
damage here. Yeah.
I'm caught up now.
We're all good. Combat's weird.
Combat. There's too many layers, and I have to do math.
Uh,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
7
you're good.
plus 6 plus 5 plus 6. 24, so 12
24,
damage.
12, nice. Okay, perfect, beautiful. Nice. We go around to Snowman 2, who, looking at the two people it can hit, sees a shimmering paladin in magical plate armor that seems to be really having a bad time, and then a fairy. We're gonna go for Nori, with its same like great hammer arm. Ooh, it got a crit. Do you have anything you can do to stop that? Okay, then you're gonna take some damage. So it'll be a start 24 plus 7, 5 is 13. No, is 12. So 24 plus 12, 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm still okay.
Okay.
Barely, but I'm okay.
Yeah, what does it look like as Nori literally tanks an entire tree trunk being pounded into her from a buff snowman?
With being punched in the gut,
Mhm.
just because of the angle that it's coming at, no one will be like, "What the hell?" And we'll look at Ivy and we'll be like, "Is this normal? I was so enthusiastic, and this makes me so anxious."
Yeah, this is not normal at all. Nope.
Okay.
Someone said suck the fun out of this.
And with that, I'll need Nori a Constitution saving throw of 16 or higher to keep concentration on Moonbeam.
I add my Constitution modifier, correct?
Next to save, you add whatever's there. So I think for you, it's just your con score. I don't think you're proficient in it.
No. Okay.
So a D20 plus
Ooh.
that.
18.
Okay, yeah. So you hold on to your Moonbeam despite being hit with an entire tree trunk. Moonbeam is still active, and we go around to Julian. He's going to heal you up a bit. He's going to just be like, yo, do better, and cast a healing word on you, and you'll get back, Julian, 9 points of damage. And then with his action is going to just kind of like hold it to see if anyone else needs someone to step in front. He is not meant to be up close in combat, and he is going to let his fiance do all of that. He's not putting himself in there. Julian, though, is going to attack the snowman next to you again. Yeah, easily finishes it off. Looks to you, goes, "Oh, you're doing great. So sorry you got hit. Maybe step out of the way next time. I don't know." And then is going to use his second attack to hit the other one, and he does not hit it. After sassing Nori, does not hit this giant ice titan. But also, you see, it's not that he can't hit it, it's that he can't hurt the ice inside of it, as it seems much stronger now than it was earlier. And that brings us back around to Cass.
So is this large 50-foot snow, is it moving or is it pretty much staying stationary?
It seems like it can move, but you all have its attention right here, so it has no reason to move currently.
Gotcha. Okay. That being said, I will bring out my quarterstaff and bonus action. I'll cast Shillelagh, and then I'll use my action to do Booming Blade with it.
Okay.
So what that should do is, let's see, my 5th level. So yeah, so it should do. This would be to hit.
Mhm.
17.
Okay. That is its new armor class, so that does hit.
Okay. And at this point, like, I'm just looking down at the group, be like, hey, I'm running out of ideas up here. And I'm just like whacking the center of its like ice chest with like a quarterstaff. And for damage, it will do 16 damage of just bludgeoning, and then it will do give me 1 second.
Yep.
It will do 8 thunder damage as well.
Okay.
And when it does, like, you see like little force of electricity around its like chest, and as soon as that goes up, I will actually back away from it just to like sort of tempt it into moving.
Okay. It will take an opportunity attack against you as you step away. How far back are you moving?
I'm assuming that I'm a little bit in front of the group, so I'm pretty much just trying to get above where everyone else is. So back up to where like Nori and Dion and Julian are fighting the other one, and where Frog is as well. So maybe like 10, 15 feet back.
Yep. Cool. I ask because it has a reach attack, so it doesn't need to move to hit you here. But it does only get a. How's a 24 feel?
That's gonna hit, yeah.
Yeah. And you will take 11. 19 plus 8 is 27. Plus 12 is 39.
39. Now, odd question. The breath attack I took earlier, was that cold damage?
It was cold damage.
Okay, so I have resistance to that, so that was halved, correct?
Yep, that was halved. So then
here... that is very good. So I took how much damage there?
39, but
39?
The last 12 are cold, so those are halved as well. So 33.
Okay, cool. I'm still up.
Okay.
If it wasn't cold damage, I wouldn't be, but I'm still up.
Beautiful. Yeah, that is the end of your turn, because you ran away. The three of you, Cass, you don't currently have any magical effect on this creature, correct?
The only magical effect I have is just the booming blade, to where if it moves towards us, it takes an additional 2d8.
So then I'm going to roll a d4, and we'll go same order on screen. So 1 is Frog, 2 is Ivy, 3 is Cass, 4 is Nori. For its anti-mana skin, that at the start of its turn, it can end one magic spell effect currently on it. So whoever we roll, your spell is gone. That is a 4. So Nori, you see it just kind of like grab your moonbeam and break it, and you are no longer concentrating on your moonbeam on the spell. And it is going to... I think it's going to try and just hit you again, Cass, because you're still the closest in the air. Ooh, that is a 6, which brings it up to a 20.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. Don't got shield or anything? Nothing to help you?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So I'll roll the cold damage first. So that's 5 points of cold already halved for you.
Okay.
And then 19 points of slashing as just this giant frost-coated axe-looking thing comes straight for you in the air.
And with that, you just see Cass just sort of go limp and start falling, pretty much right down to where everyone else is.
Julian will use his held action to cast a Cure Wounds. Julian, you are the worst healer in the world. You get 1 hit point right as you hit the ground. So you're not down, but you're not up. We go around to Nori. What would you like to do?
I am.
Was that the giant snowman's turn that was ended?
Yes, so it does need to take your flame damage. Yep.
10 to 20.
Beautiful. Thank you for being on top of that. Okay. Nori.
Would we be able to tell if this creature is wise or is charismatic?
Make an insight check.
Okay. I am very insightful.
You are.
I got a 27.
Okay, I'll let you know one thing. What are you hoping to know?
Forking buttheads. Maybe this is too broad. Would it be better for me to use banishment or command?
I don't know off the top of my head which save. Banishment is a charisma save. Command is a
Yes,
wisdom
and
save.
command is a whiz save.
It looks to be the same across the board.
Fathermucker. Oh, okay. Lovely. All right. Command right now is less, whatever. Sorry. There's less to play with it. So with my bonus action, I will still use my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I will bring it towards the stupid ice creature thing, and I will attack it.
Okay.
In the center, maybe where I was seeing Cass.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
And then it takes. I can totally see where the heck my computer is. 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as my action, I am going to command it to flee.
Okay. It has a +8 to wisdom saves. So what is your spell save? 16?
16.
So on a 7 or lower, you command this monstrosity to flee. There's a 7 in it.
Okay, cool.
It's a 17. I don't know if you can also... Yeah. So, yeah, you command it to flee, and it looks down and just kind of like screams at you. Doesn't do any frost breath screaming, but does just scream at you. And you have a sense of this thing not leaving. You also have a sense that this thing can't really talk. So...
For my knowledge, where am I within range? Since I haven't moved since the second.
Yeah, it's so big that like you're all kind of in range.
So if I moved back, it would get an opportunity or attack of opportunity.
Yes, because you're within the 10 feet. It has a 10-foot reach. You're not like straight up next to it, but you're close enough.
Cool.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Cool. Ivy, what are you up to?
Alrighty.
And with Frog up next.
I think I'm just gonna do the star bodies again, the radiant.
Okay.
So Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Oh, that is a 2,
Ooh.
which is still a 15. But what is your spell save DC?
It is. I wish you would tell me.
If you are you using D&D Beyond?
Yes.
If you click on spells, it should show you at the top of the list. Or it should say like DC 16, DC 17 or something next to it.
It doesn't.
Okay. What is your wisdom stat?
19.
Okay, so 8 plus 4 plus proficiency. Kate, what's your wisdom stat?
+4.
Okay, then it
18.
would be the same. So yours would be a 16 then, Ivy. We've lost. There we go. Yours would be a 16, which means that it does not succeed. So go ahead and roll full damage.
Woo. $14.
Beautiful. And you all see this thing not looking good. Like the flames are starting to get inside. The like radiant damage is starting to get inside. Like that lightning is lighting it up. This thing looks like it's being chipped away at rather quickly. You're doing a nice job of it. And Frog, we come around to you.
Frog will go ahead and cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
So the spell save dex save of 15.
That is another 2 on the die, and to Dex it doesn't add anything, and actually it has a -1, so that is a 1.
That's good. Okay. Let me roll, and I'm casting at 3rd level, so.
Okay. And then whatever you roll, double it because of the fire weakness.
Okay, so 21, so 42.
Okay. Yeah, you see a large chunk of what's left melt away. So Frog, what does that look like?
Just the fire too much to bear anymore. It just kind of like a big chunk just falls off and then melts into the snow.
Sure. Then yeah, there's half of a snow elemental left as it goes around to Julian, who is going to use his bonus action to cast Healing Word on you, giving you back 7 points of health. And then it's going to hold his action in case anyone needs to be saved again. And then Julian, the only one left is this big guy, and he needs to protect his people, so he's going to take both attacks against it. He misses on the first one. And misses. My dude, I know you're having a crisis right now. For anyone that does not, for anyone not aware, the Crown Prince having a real bad time of it in the main show. My dude, I'm aware you're having a crisis right now. Protect better. He got a 2 and a 3 on the die, even with his insane to hits is not enough. Which brings it back around to Cass. What would you be doing?
At this point, I am just coughing up blood. I'm just tired of this. Be like, this is not what I signed up for when you said vacation in the mountains.
Hey,
anyway,
we didn't sign up for this either. We'll make it up to you over the next 6 days if we get through this. So finish your problem.
With that, I'll look up, and using my last spell slot, you'll just sort of see like some cackling energy just around my eyes and fingers, and I will cast Shatter with my last spell slot at the exposed chest again.
Interesting. Yeah, do it.
It's a con save of 16.
Okay. Yeah, so on a 2 or lower, it fails. That'll make it a 24, but it still will take your half damage.
Yeah, definitely will succeed, and it will take a total of, should be rolling 5d8s.
I love Kate
so
trying to maintain a thought in her head.
27. So 27. So is that 14 thunder damage?
Yeah, well, down it to 14. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, and again, chipping away at it pretty strong. Like chunks of this thing are exploding off of it. Its core is still maintaining itself, but it's doing poorly. Kate, is the Nori thing now, or is it an on your turn, or is this just a Kate having a Kate?
This is just Kate having a Kate.
Okay, cool. Then it will go around to our snow friend. How's everyone looking as this goes? We know how Cass is, but the rest of us, let's paint a picture of how our characters are looking facing this thing.
Nori is heaving heavily and is really frustrated, but she's heaving and
I know that Ivy is like breaking a sweat and stuff. Been using her powers a lot, so she has like frostbite kind of scales kind of going on her arms and stuff like that right now because she's overusing her magic at this time and stuff. But she's like a determined face, like protect everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Frog is really into it, but is not like worn down as much as everybody else, because she's kind of been staying off to the side a little bit. So but she's definitely like in it.
Nice. You see that same axe that's been going for Cass comes straight down, kind of between all of you. And can everyone make a dex save, please?
Ten.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
20.
14 and 20. Okay, so everyone except Nori succeeds as this just ice axe hits the ground and shatters, throwing out shards of ice to everyone around them. Dion has to roll too. Oh, Dion, my dude. Everyone except Nori and Dion succeeds. So you will all take half damage. Nori and Dion will take full damage here. And you will take... so Nori, you will take 40, as will Julian, frost damage, as shards of ice just shoot straight into you. Everyone else will take 20.
Nori is totally out.
Okay. Then Julian will use his held action to bring you back up with a Cure Wounds. And 16, 13 points back to you.
Seeing the axe miss Cass will be like, "Oh, I made it," and the shockwave's just gonna hit him into a nearby tree, and I'm out cold again.
Yeah. Frog and Ivy, how are we feeling?
Not so hot, but still
Nice.
around.
Nice.
Not so hot either.
Cool. Luckily, that is all it can do. So it does go to Nori, who you're back up with those 13 health. What's up on your turn?
Nori is gonna pissily walk towards it and say, "You listen here!" And have Barbara, who should still be at least in snowman form, pop out of nowhere, take off the wrap, and become a water elemental. And also attack.
Okay, sure.
Come on, Sean.
Yep.
Throw at straws.
Yep. Barbara does cold damage, correct? Or does Barbara do bludgeoning damage?
Hold on. Let me pull up the stats.
You should have Barbara ready at all times.
Sorry. Barbara can do...
Oh, yeah, your dryads. What have they been up to, Ivy? We'll give them a quick 2 turns.
Okay, I'll look at what they can do.
Yeah, okay. And what can Barbara do?
Barbara can do slam. So can do a melee weapon attack.
Cool. Go ahead and roll for Barbara.
Okay. She has a +7. She's pretty cool.
Good job, Barbara.
That is a 17 to hit.
That does hit. Yep.
2d8. 10 for Barbara.
Cool.
And Barbara will step in front of me to hopefully act as an additional shield. And then I will, since I went down, I don't have my spiritual weapon up.
Your spiritual weapon is gone, but you still have your action, and you have your bonus action to do something with your spiritual weapon if you wanted to bring it back up.
No. I'm gonna try command again.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, please.
Yeah.
Please.
That is 8 plus 7, which is... That's 15, right?
15!
Yeah.
My spell CC is 16!
Okay, yeah, so what does it sound like?
Flee!
Okay. In this lasts one turn until someone does damage, right?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. You're good. Yeah, just it's fleeing. How long does it flee for? Tell us what's happening here, so that everyone else knows what they should do. And also, Ivy, while this is happening, we'll have said that your dryads are going beforehand. So go ahead and tell me what your dryads did.
My dryads, I don't want to look at the stat block. This they have like club and whatever, but I want them to both grow trees.
Okay.
Very tall.
Mhm.
And then they control the trees to like punch the snowman.
Okay. Yeah. We'll give them a +6 to hit with tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first dryad is 27.
That'll hit.
Second one, 13.
That will not hit. So the
Boo.
first one, go ahead and roll. I will say tree damage. 2d6 feel fair?
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll 2d6 tree damage.
11.
11, beautiful. Cool. So Nori, we come back to you. While you were compelling it to leave, dryads that have been focusing on summoning trees pulled trees out of the ground, tried to go boom boom with tree arms. One succeeded, one missed. And what does it look like as you are commanding it to flee?
Okay, do we need to regroup? I'm feeling it. And I can like help us out a little bit. And then we can try and take it down. I don't really know. But I just wanted it to go away for like a fast second. Because I'm getting like real bent out of shape.
Yeah.
Bess just groans from under the tree in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, how are you planning to let it flee forever? Are you bringing it back? Because I can cast a very long healing spell, but I don't know how long we have. Or we could just all kind of take a second to top off.
I think we should take a second to top off and then all surprise it. Because it's back his turn to us. And then maybe we'll knock it down.
I love your enthusiasm. And Dion will go over to you, Cass, and use his Lay on Hands ability. So you'll just get back 20 hit points. And then Nori, you'll get back 8 from Julian. Ivy or Frog, anything you all are doing? Well, you're currently... We'll say you're out of initiative right now. If you want, it is, Ivy, your turn next. You can just say, nah, I'm fighting, and attack the ice elemental that's attacking your town. But you do have a couple of like turns here to just like do other stuff before getting right back into it. When we come back to initiative, we'll be right back on your turn.
Okay, yeah. I think Ivy's gonna try to heal right now.
Okay.
Heal herself with healing word.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. And Ivy's gonna say, all right, if we surprise them, we should surprise them from the front so they can fall backwards into my flaming spear.
Sure. That sounds great. Let's do that.
Excellent.
I mean, at this point, Cass is just like going by Frog, being like, I'm going to stand over here, away from all of this.
And Frog.
Yeah, Frog is gonna cast Healing Word on herself. So
Okay. Nice. Yeah. And then Nori, are you just gonna like then say, okay, cool, we're all tapped up, let's attack, or are you planning to keep this spell going for longer?
Can you give me one more thought?
Sure. What's
In
your thought?
theory,
Uh-huh.
could I be really stupid and cast Dispel Magic on it?
Yeah.
Would it work?
Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
And
I'm
can
really dumb.
I also help with that? And we combine both our dispels magics together as leader of
You
this area.
can. Let's let Nori roll first. Unless Ivy, you also make an intelligence check.
5.
Okay.
Intelligence, a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you see Nori ready to dispel magic. You see her ready to go. You see her ready to step up. You take a second to consider everything. The creature itself is magical and has a magical effect on it from the children, which you could dispel. But that seems to be giving it a lot of strength. It'd almost be more likely to dispel all of these spells you currently have stuck on it, such as the Witch Bolt and your flaming arrow, flaming spear. If you rolled high enough, you could dispel it. This is not going to be like a dispel magic works. It's going to be a roll to see if you can beat it type thing. But if you just did it without trying to upcast it, you would just hinder yourselves more.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Nori, I guess, are you, Ivy, telling Nori, yo, do it better? Or are you saying, like, yeah, just do it?
Just do it.
Okay. Nori, go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, you go first, because you're the one that's not planning here.
Okay, so I need to roll. Yep, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, it's 10 plus the level, so you make a wisdom check, like a wisdom thingy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. All right. 18 plus 4, so 22.
Damn. Yeah. Cool. What does it look like as you dispel the children's sorcerer's spell on the snowman?
Nori, like, walking with her great axe, warhammer, sorry. Warhammer, being like, I was having so much fun in this village, and now I just want to keel over. My espresso is not espressoing. And she'll just like point one finger and be like, boop, just to see if it worked, having no idea, and then just see the snowman, now ice person, just go like with all of the water, and Nori will be like, oh, it worked, and she's gonna fall over.
That happens. The scene shifts. Nori, you wake up in one of the beds in the house as you've clearly been tucked in after passing out. What have Ivy, Frog, and Cass been doing in the like intervening 20 minutes since Nori, I think legit the first time in her life with any of you, did something smart?
The entire time, Frog is just gonna be like, I can't believe none of us thought of that. And it's just gonna be like, what is wrong with us?
Ivy's like, you're a genius.
Cass is just ignoring everything at this point, just trying, after would have just rushed back to the house, gotten out like just this sack of like homemade like toys that he would have brought up and just put them under the tree they were decorating. And then would just be sitting by like the fireplace area with a couple seats, 3 seats specifically next to him, one with cappuccino / espresso for Nori when she wakes up.
Beautiful. Then yeah, Nori, about 20 minutes after you passed out, you are able to head down to like that main reception area where you see your 3 teammates as well as Julian and Dion and Dion's aunt, who has just kind of been like getting things ready for hosting like the holiday event. Hasn't really been doing much, but she's here.
Oh, okay. We're all right. Sorry, I just needed a quick little cat nap after that like really intense experience. Maybe we should not do that again. Dion, Julian, thank you so much for inviting us, but I didn't realize this is what we were signing up for.
Well, again, that shouldn't have happened. We will have a talk with the Academy's choir master about like teaching innate spell casting through song. I'm aware that like I have no room to talk here because the man I intend to marry and have be like the co-heir of this country does that. And so does your friend. But also, like, children shouldn't be doing that, maybe. So we're gonna have words about that. Yeah, no, that Armageddon is not one of the 6 events of the festival. So, if you do come back next year, that shouldn't happen.
Oh, okay. And I'll look over towards Cass, seeing the coffee. Oh, Cass, is that for me? Okay, cool, thank you. And I'll just plop down right next to him or in the chair and drink the cappuccino.
Ivy, while you're sitting there, one of your assistants runs up to you and just kind of whispers in your ear, like, so no one's really sure if we should do the other 3 events. Like, it kind of feels weird not to, but it also kind of doesn't feel like after that we should, like, have the other 3 competitions. What would you recommend, as it's technically your event?
We'll just not do the other 3 events.
Okay, then follow-up question. The and points to Frog. That one there was gonna win until she got really mad about not doing the spell herself, and that kind of brought the cheer down a little bit, which means that the snowman is currently winning, and that feels wrong. So, should we give it to her because she's in second, or should we give it to the fairy who like is in third but has been happy the whole time?
Give it to the children.
Okay, sure. And then we'll just walk out and be like, attention everyone. The winner this year for Had the Most Fun is the Choir of Children, because they had a lot of fun with their song and causing that to happen. Congrats, children. Please don't take this as a lesson. Please. And then like hands to like trophy for like best participant to the entire choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes Ivy happy.
Good.
It's like, good.
What do you think, to wrap this all out, you would all do with the remaining 6 days of your mountain vacation? Ivy, it's technically not a vacation, but you live here and you are been invited to this home for the entire week stay, despite having your own house 2 doors down. You are welcome to be here with everyone the rest of the time. What do you think the rest of your winter holiday vacation looks like?
Nori would for sure sleep almost a whole day.
Mhm.
And then work on making lots of little tiny snowmen and then chopping them down with her axe.
Okay.
Yeah, Frog would definitely like to try her hand in some like cookie making and would spend some time in the kitchen with Archimedes, regrettably, trying to bake several different types of cookies. So you can imagine a little slime powdered sugar flour covered Archimedes.
Okay.
Cass would be just relaxing at least for a day or two, just enjoying the views, watching Nori destroy snowman in the front of the nice cabin in general, and then probably would be reading and just working on some other recipes to not repeat the mistakes of the past.
Nice. And Ivy, how do you spend the week after the festival?
Yeah, I mean, Ivy hung around the vacation home for a bit, made hot cocoa, skied a little, and just relaxing. Actually, having a real vacation for the first time.
Wonderful. Yeah, at some point, Julian's Christmas concert goes off and the entire town comes together for holiday festival. Frog, whether or not you like accompany Julian on the concert is up to you. Yeah, and Dion and Cass, you are able to easily give out all of the like small packaged gifts that you brought up, and you all have a wonderful time. And that is where we'll bring this little one-shot semi-canon episode to a close here. If you all want to go around one more time, and we'll go in kind of reverse order to say just who you are, and then we'll send everyone off. So, Kate, who are you?
I'm Kate. I play Nori, and life is pretty cool when I don't die. Woo!
Dan.
I'm Dan Johnson, and I play Cass, and I would prefer not to fight snowman in the near future.
Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie. I played Frog. That's all.
And then, of course, our amazing special guest, Taylor.
Hey, I'm Taylor, Spanky Taylor, all social medias. Like, I'm a Black Body content creator, and I've been playing Ivy. It was a great holiday special, and I'm grateful to be here. Thank you guys for letting me join the table.
For sure. I hope we have you back soon, either for a one shot or for a canon episode, because you have been the most amount of fun. Yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out with us, both here, everyone, and you in the chat. This has been a lot of fun. I know this year has kind of been the most, so I'm glad that we were able to give everyone a nice little Christmas and holiday special, and I hope that it brought you a bit of joy. So from us here at Help Action Needed to you, wherever you are, we hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and as always, we will see you later. Goodbye.